the recent best. 3 new starters have emerged in a 10-1 season, but the overall balance is still there.
We're still a very unselfish team. We got a lot of players. Our top 5 is averaging over 11 points a game, all 5 of us. We're real happy with that. And we feel that if you play us, you got to stop more than one player.
There's a lot of time between now and the end of the year, and we've laid pretty good groundwork. We've got to feel we have a real strong starting 5 with a lot of different weapons that we can use.
State pollsters rank the Warriors 12th and 13th, which is an honor, but first things first. Tuscola meets arch-rival Arcola Friday night in a battle for top gun in the Little Oka.
I think it'll be a real good game. You can't say it's going to be a cakewalk for either team, and I think that'll be a tough game, and we're looking forward to it because we'd like to have a good 4-quarter game.
If not, Tuscola will bounce back as always and be there come playoff time, just like their predecessors. Chris Woodlick, Channel 3 News, Tuscola.
Couple of final notes tonight. He goes on to win this one 76-54. Not exactly what you would call a nail biter. Some other scores around the area for you tonight. Leroy defeated University High School 66-64. Gridley defeated Chenoa 61-51. Mount Pulaski over Petersburg 71-47. Saragoro over Arthur 55-47. It was Arcola over Sullivan tonight 70-69. Good game there. Bethany defeated Shiloh 87-70. Tony Miller 43 points tonight for Bethany. Warrensburg over Niantic 80-47. Robinson defeated Newton 69-50. Neoga over Stewstrass 93-56. Cotton Herrick 78. Windsor 57. It was Oakwood over St. Joe Ogden tonight 73-65. Ement defeated Atwood Hammond 73-58. Kansas over ABL 91-60. Sheldon over Grant Park 59-52. Bismarck Henry defeated Georgetown 70-56. Chrisman by 10 over Armstrong 76-66. Octavia over DeLand Weldon 62-35. Oakland defeated Uni High 59-40. Buckley Loda over Tri-Point 84-61. Brian Martin 48 points for Buckley Loda. Crescent Iroquois over St. Anne 100-56. Marshall defeated Paris 68-65. It was Flora over St. Anthony 76-63. Westville defeated Tolono Unity 76-58. Rossville Alvin defeated Jamaica tonight 83-46. Hoopson East Lynn, Milford 75-57. Hoopson East Lynn the winner there. Maroa over Moequa 88-61. Stonington defeated Edinburgh 63-61. One more score for you here. Danville Schlarman over Catlin tonight 93-67. Got one top 20 college basketball.
It was a trifecta of 3 games of arch rivals tonight. We started Stephen Decatur, the Reds and the Panthers, and Jim Adams with a jumper here from the corner and 2 for the Panthers. Stephen Decatur came in at 1-9, but I'll tell you, they played a lot better than that. Kevin Michael with a great drive up the lane, scores, and he's foul. He had 13. The Reds then steal up to Brian McKenzie. He does it on his own, 2 of his team high, 14. Now, they were dancing in the stands in this one while Eisenhower was dancing on the court. Mark Snyder cans a big 3-pointer here, and Adams fouls with 2 underneath as the Panthers go on to win it 62-57. They are now 7-8. Decatur 1-10. At St. Teresa, it was the Dogs against the Bombers of Argenta. Larry Slemp banks it home for the Bombers. Now, Argenta was tough on the boards too. They'll battle for it right about here. Slemp the shot, no good. Doug Schaefer ends up with the ball. He nails the jumper. 2 more for the Bombers. St. T comes back. Brian Mitchell with the bomb here for 3. He's got it. But Schaefer answers with 3 for Argenta as the Bombers take it, the final 70-62. At Arcola, a battle for first place in the Little Oka. A great crowd on hand. Tuscola's Matt Washburn, baseline jumper here. He led the Warriors with 18 points. Tuscola scored the game's first 7 points. Now, Arcola's Chad Graves had a big night. Here he nails the long jumper to put the Purple Riders back in it. And then it's Graves again, this time with the spinning jumper. Chad led all scores with 30 points. This guy's had great back-to-back games. Arcola by 1 at the quarter. But Tuscola came on. Roger Warner nails a long one. He had 16. The Warriors led by 2 at the half and then pulled away thanks to Brian Hatfield. He hits 2 of his 17. Tuscola, ranked number 12 in the state, takes it 81-62. They are now 11-1, 6-0 in the Little Oka. Arcola 10-2 and 5-1. Elsewhere tonight, Warrensburg wins again. Tom Eller, 29 for Monticello. Sean Reeder, 34 to land. Here are the scores on a roll. And they were knocking around. Actually, we're going to look at Tuscola and Atwood here. This is the Little Oka tournament. And Tuscola was tough in this one, no doubt about it. They win 102-60, and they are a tough team to beat. The #1 team in that tournament, the #1 seed in the second game there, beat Sullivan 52-40. The Meridian and see Tuscola, Mark Kalmar will score here as Tuscola goes on to win this game 102-60. Steve Weimer had the high man there, and he's going to score on the break. Again, 2 games up here. He's going to score, and he's going to be fouled. Then later, the Warriors go to Steve Weimer in the lane. He's going to turn and hit right about here. Then on the break, Hatfield gets the layup. Tuscola bombs Beement. The final 81 are now 15-1, ranked 12th in the state, and champions of the Little Okaw tournament. Talk about a great crowd. The Tuscola fans were revved up tonight. The championship game against Villa Grove. Now the Warriors went right to work. Roger Warner from your living room here, nothing but net 12-5. Tuscola, they were just getting started. Next time down, Steve Weimer to Brian Hatfield to Warner. Great passing and 14-5. Then it's Hatfield on the run. He stops, pops, and hits. Kalmar follows with 2 more. Tuscola led by 31 at the half and cruised to the championship 87-50. Third place game, Arcola beat Beement 89-70. At Stephen Decatur, it was Pat.
Last week, the Class A boys basketball teams can tune up before their regionals. The postseason starts next week, and one team that has a better than good shot at playing in the Assembly Hall in 3 weeks is Tuscola. Scott Andreessen has a story of the state-ranked Warriors.
The tradition continues in Tuscola, the tradition of winning, that is. For the last few years, Warrior basketball fans have been treated to 20-plus win seasons, and this year is no exception. After 21 ball games, the team sits with one lone blemish at 20-1 and a sparkling 8-0 in the conference.
Well, I didn't know whether we'd be, quite as good as we are, but I thought we'd, be conference contenders, and I thought the conference, we would be one of the top teams in the conference, and I thought in the area we'd be one of the top teams. I think we've, with the work that they did last summer, they've kind of blended together real well. They're a team.
To characterize the Warriors, all you have to do is look in the old Funk and Wagnalls under the word balance. That ought to give you a pretty good idea what this team is really made of.
We really like that because, whenever we scout people, we really look on one person and, play them. But I feel when people look at us, I don't see how they can really put this guy on that and stop us. I really feel we are really confident and can play together as a team.
We're really balanced, and we're really unselfish. You never know who's going to be scoring 15, 14 points a game. We got, 4 or 5 players that are averaging double figures, so you never know who to key on this team. It's really unselfish team.
Being 1 game away from the Assembly Hall last season gave this team a taste. They won again this year.
We want to win. We want to go as far as we possibly can, but we're looking right now Friday night Villa Grove, and we'll look at the next game after that, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Scott Andreessen, Channel 15 Sports in Tuscola.
It's a little low call with just 1 conference loss. Tuscola, as you may remember, earlier this season defeated the Riders in Arcola. Tuscola in white here, led by Matt Washburn, who had 28 points on the night, as Tuscola beats Arcola 102-77 to wrap up the Little Okaw. While you continue to look at highlights of this ball game, we'll throw some other scores your way. Villa Grove beat Atwood Hammond 76-46. Cerro Gordo over Bemet 69-59. Bismarck Henning got by Georgetown Ridge Farm 65-62. St. Joe Ogden over Oakwood 69-65. Unity beat Westville in a good ball game 70-68. Watseka by 10, 69-59 over Gibson City. Iroquois West over Cissna Park 63-39. Leroy beat Blue Ridge 68-54. It was Tri-Valley over Fisher 59-49. Hayworth over Octavia by 2, 71-69. Cumberland beat Hudsonville 61-59. ABL 82, Jamaica 77. Crispin over North Vermilion, Indiana 57-54. KZ beat Oakland 86-70. Rossville Alvin 111, Shiloh 87. It was Potomac losing to Crescent Iroquois 96-53. Mike Deuce had 40 points in that ball game. Donovan beat Tri-Point 74-62. Milford over Grant Park 62-34. Pawnee goes over the 100-point mark 114-69 over Verdon. 15th ranked Shelbyville over Warrensburg Latham 76-68. Saybrook Aerosmith beat Melvin Sibley 75-66. Aurora Forsyth over Assumption 94-79. Illiopolis 75, Edinburgh 73. T-Town over Pana 70-39. Maweequo beat Mount Auburn 85-68. St. Anthony over Altamont 67-49. It was Niantic over New Berlin 83-64. Mount Zion beat Decatur St. Teresa 88-68. Macon over Blue Mound 80-60.
Graves of the Riders not to be outdone. Watch this. Give him two. What a great play. But Tuscola didn't rattle. This is Matt Washburn. He'll go coast to coast to score 2 of his game-high 28 points. Tuscola up 50-42 at the half. They go on to beat Arcola tonight, 102.
Purdue is at 13th title. The boys are expected to do the same. Mike Cleff has the story of the red-hot Warriors.
Stop the ball. You got to stop the penetration out front.
Tuscola coach Kerry Kincaid is liking what he sees in his team. One of his players is a class valedictorian and comic book collector.
I also make a lot of money that way. Hopefully I'm going to pay some of my college tuition with that.
While Jeff collects comic books, he and his teammates have been collecting victories, 22 of them so far this season. The reason? The Warriors know how to work up a sweat.
Definitely a group that goes out and plays hard all the time. You know, they're successful because they've played a lot of basketball together.
Just basically our success is based on how we work and practice. So ever since we've been in high school, we've just been taught to work hard.
The Warriors were a near miss in last year's state tournament, falling to defending state champion Pana.
What would it be like for you to play in the Assembly Hall?
It'd be great. It'd be awesome. You know, we've talked about it just in our dreams.
It's fun to be a part of this team because everybody works together and everybody's helping out each other.
12th ranked Tuscola, giving it all to get to the Hall. Mike Cleff, WAND Sports.
Well, 2 on the pull-up jumper. Ryan Hatfield had 12 points as Tuscola wins the ball game to improve to 25-1 of the year. The Riders didn't go that without a fight, though. Jason Rankin and Chad Graves led the Arcola attack with 19 points apiece. Brett Keller got the Riders to within 6 with a 3-pointer, but the Warriors pulled away in the 4th quarter to end the Arcola season. Lou Haskett's team finishes with a fine 21-6 record, with half those losses coming against Tuscola. The final tonight from Tuscola, the host team over Arcola by a score of 79-60. Tuscola has that story from Tuscola.
An overflow crowd witnessed Tuscola's 3rd meeting of the year with Monticello, this one deciding the season series. Warrior senior Matt Washburn was ready to take out the Sages by himself, scoring the team's first 8 points on his way to a game-high 23. And Brian Hatfield's defensive intensity opened the door to a handful of his 23. The lead reached 5 before the Sages turned things around to the 2nd quarter. Rusty Miller with 19 gave Monticello their first lead at 25-23. They held on to lead by 1 at the break. But Washburn lit up the scoreboard again, starting the 3rd quarter. 3 quick buckets, a Roger Warner 3-pointer, and Tuscola had things salted away. Inside defense really kept Eller out of the ballgame. That was probably the key.
Steve did a good job, and the kids off the ball did a really great job. They helped out a lot. Had good pressure on the ball, too. That always helps. Played a real good basketball game. They're a tough team. We played really good.
Steve Weimer kept high-scoring Sage Tom Eller under wraps, 78-64 Warriors, heading back to the Sweet 16 for the 2nd year in a row. Chris Whitlick, Channel 3 News, Tuscola.
And standing room only at Tuscola High School tonight. Watch this move. Mark Kalmar will stop, lean in, hits the jumper. The Warriors led early on, but the Sages were a tough group that goggled. Heath Weddle got a little boost from the Monticello fans. He will get the short little lay-in, draws the foul. Yes, it counts. And he gets the 3-point play. He led Monticello with 23. Once again, Rusty Miller sporting the nice, stylish haircut. He gets the ball over there, hits the shot at the buzzer at the end of the 1st quarter. Miller had 19 tonight. The Sages led by 1 at the half. But after that, Tuscola took over in the 2nd half. Brian Hatfield draws the foul, gets the layup. He had 25 tonight. And Tuscola would go on to win this ballgame 78-64, boring the Monticello fans kind of. Other
If so, then a visit to
college and high school basketball.
We're getting used to some wild finishes around here, down to the final seconds all the time. I love it.
Spoiled. Southern Illinois. We'll get to that in a moment, too. We got some excitement there. Mark Kelly, our intern, was there, said it was the best high school game he's ever seen. It was that good. We're not going to spoil it for you yet. It was that good of a ball game. Tonight's Class A super sectional matchup between top-ranked Springfield Cavalry and an underrated number 7-ranked Tuscola squad looked like a great game on paper. It wasn't great. It was awesome.
It didn't look like that early, though. Rennie Clemens, opening 10 seconds of the game, gets the layup. This game was pretty much all Calvary in the first half. Show you why. Rennie, this time, he slams it down. That guy's only 5'10". He gets up with the best of them. Calvary, Tuscola tried to keep it close. Brian Hatfield with the jumper from the baseline. But Clemens, once again, dominating in the first half. But guess what? Another slam. Calvary led 45-34 at the half. Second half, it looked like that the same. Lawrence Hill from Andre Malone slams it down. They were up by as much as 18. Rennie hits again. The Illini are after him big time. But after that, the Warriors fought back. Roger Warner down low, gets the ball, lays it in. He's fouled. It counts. Tuscola scrapped all the way back to within 1. And then Matt Washburn will put Tuscola ahead by 1 with 2 free throws, 84-83. Then Rennie Clemens sinks 1 of 2 to make it 84 all. Washburn again hits 1, hits 2. The Warriors lead by 2, and that would be the way it was. Kerry Kincaid tells his troops to hold him, and guess what? They did. Tuscola holds on for the upset, 86-84. Just a great ball game, just a super ball game. Yes, they were going nuts at the Griswold Center, as you can tell. Nice photography by Wade Smith. Congratulations to a very, very good Tuscola team and a very great ball game, and it was a team that absolutely refused to quit.
It must have been a super game to watch. I lost about 10 pounds, I think. I needed to lose that, so we just worked hard.
Coach just told us to stay tough, hang tough, and just keep playing, man. That's all we did. We fought back. We've been known for our third quarter spurts, man, and we came back.
We have some great players. We just had to come out and press our butts off and go after them. That's all we could do. And it worked, and I'm real proud to be part of this team. How's it feel going to the Champaign for the Elite Eight?
Oh, man, never felt better than this, never.
That last fellow right there was Mark Calamar. A great victory by Tuscola. They're state-bound. Here are the other state-bound teams in Class A Super Sectionals. Carlisle, Prairie Central, an easy winner up in Normal. We do not have a score. There's a Prairie Central score. We don't have a score yet from Macomb. At Lamont, it was St. Francis, a winner over Aurora Christian. Marengo is nipped by Mendota at DeKalb. Rock Island, Alleman, and Orion, we do not have a report from there. And in the Charleston Super Sectional, it was East St. Louis Assumption in triple overtime winning that ball game. The 8 winners in Class A tonight advanced to the state tournament. With 28 seconds left was the difference. One of the best basketball games, along with post-game celebrations, you'll ever see. Tuscola gains a spot in the state tournament with an 86-84 upset victory over top-ranked Springfield Calvary. Let the party begin.
It must have been a super game to watch. I lost about 10 pounds, I think. I needed to lose that, so we just worked hard. They're a super ball club, too. Springfield's fantastic.
We didn't want to give up right now. We thought we could stick with them. We knew we could, and we did.
Coach just told us to stay tough, hang tough, and just keep playing, man. That's all we did. We fought back. We've been known for our third quarter spurts, man, and we came back.
Give me one word to describe it. It's awesome. I'm about to blow my brains out. I never done that before.
All right. Wes and Julie, some other
With a pretty good 18-10 mark. And then there's Tuscola. The Warriors are on their way to Champaign this Friday. Kerry Kincaid's kids are one of the state's Elite 8. And as Scott Andreessen reports, Cola-mania has arrived.
The Tuscola Warriors found themselves in some very unfamiliar territory last night. Springfield Calvary, the #1 Class A team in the state, had Kerry Kincaid's team down by 18 points in the 4th period. For many teams, the fat lady was already singing. Not this team.
This group, definitely. We have not had a lot of close games this year. The few times that we've been close in the 4th quarter, they've responded well. That's the first time we've ever been down by that much ever, first quarter, second quarter, whatever. And they showed, again, they're a good group of kids, a class group of kids that really work hard, and they came through.
I think it showed that we had a lot of heart, because I know that we were really, really tired. But yet we had to keep pressing and going for steals and diving for balls and stuff. And I was really proud of the way that my fellow teammates hustled last night. They really kept going clear to the end.
With the win, the Warriors move from Class A's Sweet 16 to the Elite 8. And a trip to the Assembly Hall, the first time this school has ever got the curtain call there.
I think everybody wanted this really bad. You know, I know that I've dreamed for a long time. My brother Mark, who graduated last year, has dreamed of this for a long time. You know, it's just something that everybody wants to do when they're little. You know, I'd go to the assembly hall and I'd watch the state tournament. That's what I want to do, you know, and the dreams come true. You know, I thank God and everybody else, you know, it's just a great experience.
Scott Anderson, Channel 15 Sports.
What about you?
Here, Prairie Central plays in the opener at 12:15, and the Tuscola Warriors will play in the 8:30 game. John Mayo has more on the Warriors of Tuscola.
3 times Tuscola had made it to the Sweet 16. 3 times they went home without a shot at a state title. Well, Tuesday night, the Warriors put an end to that. Tuscola dropped top-ranked Calvary in the Decatur Super Sectional, earning their first trip to Champaign. They're not alone, though. Of the 8 teams at the Assembly Hall, only one, Tuscola's opponent Rock Island Alumni, has made it this far before. But nonetheless, it's the Warriors that may have the advantage.
We go down there every year after we lose to go watch other teams play in the state, and we always say, hey, that's where we want to be. And this year we have the opportunity, and we hope we can go prove ourselves.
You know, it seems weird that it's our chance, and we made it, and we're looking forward to it. We're excited, and you know, a dream come true, like I said, and we're ready to go.
We're hoping we're going to be playing 3 more basketball games, and you know, if we're not, it's still definitely not complete disappointment, because this year's been fantastic, and I know the kids are going to remember it for a long time.
The once beaten Warriors take on Alumni in the state's 4th quarterfinal game tomorrow night. Tip-off set for 8:30.
Down showing their support for their Warriors. What are you out here doing this afternoon?
Well, I'm using a little shoe polish here to put on all the windows in town. Any merchant that wants it gets it.
Now, have you had any resistance?
Not a whole lot. Just everybody's really in favor of the Warriors going all the way.
What about this fan support? You surprised that so many people are really getting behind the Warriors?
I'm not surprised one bit. The way this community's been since even I graduated in '83, the fans here in Tuscola are just wonderful. They get behind their team and they'll back them no matter what. This town's wanted a state champion, or at least to go to the Elite 8 for years now. And they've been denied before, and they're not going to be denied now.
Now, believe it or not,
All right, at 10.